Hey everybody, it's your girl Tara Michelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Okay, so today is another tag video. This is a tag called My Happy Scents. I think it's also supposed to be based on mood boosting perfumes. So those perfumes that help lift your spirits. There's also a caveat. I think we're focusing more on springtime fragrances because I do have some that work well in the fall and winter, but we're going to do my happy scents for the spring. Now, I saw this tag going on about 10 months ago from Gallivant, the perfume Don, but I don't know if she did a tag. I think she just called her video My Happy Scents. So I'll give a shout out to her because she is someone who I watched that video and I remembered it. However, Joss Jane tagged me in this particular tag that's going around for 2021. And it was started this time around by Moon Perfumes on YouTube. I'll have all of her information in the description box along with Joss Jane. Again, Joss, thank you so much for the tag. I actually have a lot of fragrances in my collection that would fit this category. I love perfumes that smell good and come across as uplifting, especially in the spring because we get tons and tons of rain here. So if I could find a fragrance that will lift up my mood and shake off the sleepiness from the rain or just give me a little pep in my step when the skies are gray, it's all good. Now, it was very, very hard for me to narrow this down to 10 fragrances. Right off the bat, I picked out 30, and there were more that I could have chosen because I am a huge lover of citruses, and citruses seem to affect me in that way. They make me happy. They make me smile. They make me feel energized. So I decided to go ahead and pick out 10. A couple of these you probably have heard of before and are probably making the rounds on other people's lists too, but that's just because they're that good. But I really tried to pick some I haven't seen or heard anyone talking about. Some old, some new. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first fragrance I'm going to be talking to you about today is an oldie, but greatie. Yes, I said that. So this perfume is near and dear to my heart. I used to wear this as a teenager. I used to just wash my hair, throw it back in a ponytail because this was those days before curly hair was acceptable. This is when you would get bullied for having curly hair. So I would slick it back with some gel and put it in a bun, grab my t-shirt and my jeans and my tennis shoes and be out the house. This is none other than Clinique Happy. Oh, you talk about fresh and clean. This was everybody's signature scent. I didn't know a girl who didn't have this or wear this if she was into perfumes. I mean, teenagers, 20s, 30s, it didn't matter. This took the world by storm. It was a fragrance that made you feel like you had just gotten out of the shower, washed your hair. You were super duper squeaky clean, light citrus, smells just like a beautiful shampoo or, shower gel. And Clinique Happy is still amazing to this day. I just actually repurchased this because I was like, I need it back in my collection for this spring and this summer. The next one I want to talk to you guys about is very new to my collection, like less than a week new. But I'm so excited to wear this one because I had just gotten home from a long, hard day of work. I sprayed this on and became the happiest kid all over again. And I couldn't stop smelling it. And I was spraying it the next day and the day after that too. I smell the bottle every morning just because it just gives me this really amazing feeling of when life was great sometimes as a kid. And it was just like you didn't have any worries or concerns, even if it was only for but a moment. That's how this one affects me. This is from the Taliaferro and this is called Room 129. I also call it Fruit Punch Kool-Aid because I promise you that's what it smells like to me. Okay, the notes in here are said to be cherry, powder, and bubblegum. The kind of powder that I smell on here is when you take the big pieces of like bubble yum and it had a little powder or something on the outside of it, not powder as in baby powder, but whatever that little powder or residue was on the outside of the bubble gum. Because this does not smell like baby powder. It doesn't smell like iris, that kind of powdery, none of that. This smells like fruit punch to me, which is the cherry mixed with their usage of bubble gum, the bubble gum note. I'm pretty sure there's way more than just those 3 notes in here, but it smells like fruit punch, Kool-Aid. It makes me happy. It makes my inner child happy. It makes everything in the world great. Everything in the world great. So, I cannot wait to wear this and just see. My thing is, I think I'm going to put a really big dent in this because I can see me starting to wear this and not wanting to stop. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll wear the same thing every day for a week because I'm just vibing with it. And I really adore this. If you like super sweet, sugary fragrances that are not synthetic and putrid like pink sugar. Like, I cannot stand Aqualina's pink sugar. Not that type of sweet. I'm talking about a beautiful, super fruity, uplifting, gorgeous sweet. Fruit punch, this is for you. Again, that's the Taliaferro, room 129. And I'll make sure to put the name of this in the description box because I want to make sure everybody knows where to go get it. The next one on today's list is called Vetiver Pamplemoose, and this is from Zara. I'm new to Zara. I only own 3 from Zara, and so far, so good. Vetiver Pamplemousse is grapefruit, mandarin orange, and vetiver. This is so bright and citrusy. You know, I know a lot of people shy away from vetiver, but the usage of vetiver in this is outstanding. It just blends so well with the grapefruit and makes it stand out more and last longer. You know, one of the biggest downfalls of citrus fragrances is that they don't last long enough for most of us. So you wear them, you top them up, you deal with it. But in this instance, it's pretty long lasting. It projects amazingly. And I can go 4 to 6 hours before I need to top up. Sometimes I do it at 4 hours just because I want to smell that opening in that mid again, just to relive the entire experience. This is one of the best grapefruit perfumes that I own. I seriously love this. And again, that's Vetiver Pamplemousse by Zara. The next one that we're going to talk about is a favorite for influencers and subscribers alike. I didn't like this the first time I tried it a couple of years ago because I wasn't into rose and I wasn't into minty or herbally fragrances. However, now Florabotanica by Balenciaga is a favorite. I cannot wait to dive into this. This is a fragrance that makes me feel like I can do anything. It's clean, it's floral, it's herbally, it's minty. It has carnation and rose and mint. And it's just a beautifully blended perfume. I can't see anyone not liking this. If you like florals or herbally minty perfumes, it did take me until I turned 40. I have to admit it. This was not something I was into in my 20s and 30s. But now I feel like, yeah, if I didn't sleep well that night, I can still get up and I can get in the shower, get out, put this on. It's going to invigorate me. It's going to make me feel like I can get ready for that day. I got my head on straight. Gonna go out and do what I got to do to take care of my family, provide for my kids, and I'm gonna smell fantastic while doing it. It is another one of those beautifully simplistic fragrances to me where it's not simplistic in its makeup. I think to pull off mint and cannabis and carnation, what else is in here? Those are the ones I always remember. Okay, mint, rose, carnation, cannabis, vetiver, and amber. The vetiver and amber don't do much for me in this. This is definitely all about the mint and the carnation and the rose. I also don't smell cannabis. If this smelled like weed, I wouldn't be wearing it. This is the ultra and feminine to me. It's just, man, it just smells good. It smells simplistically fantastic. You can get up and dress. You can dress this up. You can dress it down. I mean, casual, it doesn't matter. This could be your everyday signature scent for work if you wanted to make it that, especially for spring and summer. So if you're looking for a beautiful, clean, minty, herbally rose, this is for you. This is for you. Again, that's Florabotanica. I'm pretty sure you guys have been hearing all about it because this is that time of year that it becomes the rage. Well, now I'm finally on the bandwagon too. The next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about is one that is also new to my collection, and that is Brooklyn by Gallivant. So I have a whole video on my discovery kit for Gallivant fragrances, and Brooklyn, which is supposed to smell like Brooklyn, New York, is a beautiful effervescent fragrance. I describe this as a hot summer's day. Somebody has broken open the fire hydrant in the middle of the street, even though you're not supposed to do that no more. I'm reminiscing on my childhood before it was such a bad thing. But this is, you know, the ice cream man coming down the street. This is root beer floats and, you know, all the things great and fizzy about the summer. This really reminds me of 7-Up, like 7-Up for your body, for your skin. I am so into this fragrance. I can't wait to start wearing it in the heat. I think it's going to be even more fantastic in the summer heat. But if you're looking for a 7-Up effervescent fragrance, this one is it. I'm so in love with this one. Again, that's Brooklyn by Gallivant. The next fragrance I have, I only own in a travel size, and that is Aqua Neroli from Clean Reserve. Now, I need to get this out. If you do not love to the point of darn near obsession, Neroli, don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. If you are on the fence about whether or not you like Neroli, or if you know you only like Neroli done a certain type of way, this is all the Neroli. All of it. Oh, and it's fantastic. But that's because I absolutely positively know that I love Neroli. And because I love Neroli, I will rock something like this. It is definitely for the heat and for the summer, but we do get really, really strong, humid, hot days in the spring here. This is so uplifting and upbeat for me. I put this on and I feel like I need to be moving really, really fast. Like I feel like when I know I have a jam-packed day at work and I am just going to be moving a mile a minute, this is what I put on because I feel like there's so much Neroli packed into here that to even keep up with the busyness with the Neroli, you need to be busy. I know this sounds completely crazy, but I just feel like the vibe of this is fast paced. Not that it's doing too much or it's screechy or anything, because it's nothing but Neroli. But I feel like if somebody just put a bunch of Nerolis in a box and they just started like a mosh pit, that's what this is. And so you can't just be the only lame standing there in the mosh pit when everybody else is jumping up and down. So if you put this on, you need to be playing volleyball on a beach, surfing, you know, doing something, just something that's a whole lot of fast-paced, crazy. This next perfume that I'm going to talk to you about is literally my favorite citrus perfume of all time. And no wonder it comes from my favorite house of all time. This is Limon Verde from the house of Guerlain. This is the best lime fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. I cannot get enough of this. This is so beautifully done. The notes in this are lime, green notes, fig, sugarcane, tropical fruit, and tonka bean. Baby, this is a lime that is such a bright, beautiful burst of citrus surrounded by sweetness. And that's where people mess up. I have some other lime fragrances from Dua and from Shea and Blue. And they are the dry lime. That is just like all of the citrus and sweetness has been sucked out. The life has been sucked out. And it's almost like something that should be made for a drink. You know, something that definitely needs to be reinvigorated and zhuzhed up. Whereas this one is perfection. I put this on and I'm ready to seize the day. Not only do I feel like I smell amazing, but it's just this burst of energy, this vibe where I want to take a car ride, let the drop top down, let the wind blow through my hair, listen to some Vanilla Ice. Why? I don't know, but still, and only Ice Ice Baby. That's the only song. You know what? I should just edit that out. I digress. This is beautiful. This is easy breezy day. This is happiness. This is perfect weather. This is, if I wear this, you can't make me have a bad day. You can't. And if something happens so bad while I'm wearing this, I got to come home, take off those clothes, hop in the shower, get out and put something else on, because this just will not be tarnished with no BS. We're not doing it. This next fragrance is a very close second for my favorite citrus. It is stunning, and this is Limon. I got to take the case off because it comes with the case. This is from Atelier Colognes, and this is Lemon Island. This is their new one, the newest one. Comes with a little case, you know. This is so beautiful. The lemon in this, perfection. Doesn't smell synthetic at all. Beautiful burst of citrus. And as you'll notice, there's a theme. You know, grapefruit, lemon, or lime tend to be, or neroli or bergamot, tend to be stars in these fragrances that are really, really mood lifting and uplifting. Mint, herbal, teas. Well, teas tend to be more calming. But if you match the herbalness with the mint and you give it some citrus, or a beautiful rose or carnation, like with Florabotanica, you're going to get that pep versus the cool and calm. So Lemon Island is exquisite. The way that they use the lemon and the jasmine and the vanilla together, it's just, you know, Atelier Cologne is, I think, the best citrus house out there. Hermes has a beautiful line with the Eau de Merveille line, but they're more spicy. You're talking about just citrus for the sake of feeling great and feeling refreshed and feeling invigorated. I keep saying that word, but you do. You can't help but feel that way. Pomelo Paradise, Pacific Lime. I could go on. And I do have quite the Atelier collection over here, so I must do a video on them. I love Atelier colognes. Their citruses are the best. The best. The next one I'm going to talk about comes from the Jardin line from the House of Hermes, which you guys know I already did a video on the complete range. This one is a very happy fragrance. From the way that it looks, the color of the bottle, the color of the juice, it just comes across as something that can make you smile. I tend to wear this fragrance on rainy days, because no matter what, it never fails. It always gives me the pick-me-up I need to get out the bed and get a move on. Le Jardin de Monsieur. I think this one stands for a garden after a monsoon, but I'm not sure. All of them are like, you know, garden in the Nile, garden after the rain, garden on the rooftop, garden on the train, garden on the airplane. Not really those last ones, but they're all some type of garden somewhere. Yeah. So this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It has kumquat in it. And you don't really, I've never had a kumquat or been near a real kumquat before. That word. But from what I've heard and the things that I've read about how it's described, I think I know what I'm smelling in this perfume. I think I know what part of this is the kumquat. The rest of the notes are jasmine, mint, and green sap. There we go again with the mint. It's a beautiful fragrance that's just uplifting. It feels like it's from the earth when the earth is at its best, replenishing and bringing forth life and renewing things. So I love this fragrance. It's perfect for spring and summer. Everyday work appropriate, running errands, it doesn't matter. If you just want to be in a good mood and feel refreshed, but also like calm and happy, this does it all. Last but not least on my list is another newer one to my collection, but I have to say, in its uniqueness, because it almost smells to me like something that would have been fantastically huge in the 80s and early 90s, it has come around and it just still does something for me. This is from the House of Chopard. It's called Happy Lemon Dulci. This one has lemon, bergamot, ginger, cucumber, mint, and woody notes. So you know what? Mint has made an appearance And several, oh, this is so good. This is so good. Okay, so it doesn't smell, even though I say it feels like it would have been great. Maybe that's the bottle that makes me think that, but this doesn't smell dated. This doesn't make me want to go back to the 80s or 90s. Regular life just makes me want to go back to the 80s or 90s. But this is a beautiful fragrance that I could see being great as a body cream, a body lotion, even a candle. But I like wearing it. It's pretty. If you like green, herbally fragrances, this is another one that you're really gonna like. And if you like citruses, you'll like their play on this, because the lemon is not necessarily the star. This is more like a lemon mint duo. Like they're carrying this perfume together. It's the perfect amount of sweetness, the perfect amount of citrus, but the citrus is really mellowed out by the mint. So this is good. This is another one of those. If it's a rainy day outside or if it's dark and gloomy, much like today, you could throw this on and adjust your mentality and your attitude to fall in line with your fragrance instead of what your eyes are actually seeing outside. So again, that's Happy Chopard Lemon Dulci. D-U-L-C-I. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's not Dulce, like D-U-L-C-E. So anyway, those are just the 10 that I chose to talk about this time. I could literally do another 10 and another 10 and probably another 10 after that, because I love citruses and fragrances that make me feel uplifted and just give me a burst of energy and maybe even have a calm, cooling effect as well. If you like this video, please make sure that you subscribed. I hope you are already, but if you're not, please remember to subscribe to my channel. Also, click the like button and select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. I want to talk to you guys in the comments as always. Are you curious about any of these? Have you ever rocked any of these? Were you ever a Clinique Happy girl? Let me know. And until then, bye.